Hello there, the internet. Thanks for joining me again today for another thrilling instalment of the events of my life. Today I just want to talk a little bit about my section papers. So when you get sectioned under the Mental Health Act, you get something called section papers. They've got lots of names that sound a bit like Audis: A3, A4, A5, A6, A7. If you want to find out what they are, you can have a look on mentalhealthlaw.co.uk or various resources on the internet. But when you do get sectioned, there's someone called an AMP, an approved mental health professional, who sections you, and they get the power from the Secretary of State to detain people, just like the police do. So you can be put onto a section 2 or you can go onto a section 3. When you get put onto these sections, you want to make sure that you get given your section papers. These are the things that say that you're legally, lawfully sectioned, and they're really important. Unfortunately, for some reason, when I got given mine, they felt that they wanted to keep the details of these AMPs a secret. They told me that they had data protection rights and that I wasn't allowed to know who they were. Normally, when you get these forms, they have the name and address, the professional name and address. I print the full name and address if sending by means of electronic communication, email address of medical professional, blah, blah, blah. A registered medical practitioner recommended that me, print name of patient, etc., is admitted. So they've redacted these. They said Signet Blackheath in London, where I was sent, which is a PQ, a psychiatric intensive care unit, which is for slightly more deranged patients than nice, peaceful, happy people like me. Redacted those, and I didn't print these, didn't make these up myself. I haven't drawn over this with a marker pen. I haven't. These are printed out, and would welcome anybody to come and examine these. These are printed out. I haven't got a printer. I haven't got anything else. So the AMPs write the details. They write loads of shit about you, right? And if you don't agree with that, there's processes you can use to change that. So you can go back to the people who, the council that they work for, or if sometimes they're social workers, sometimes they have different statuses. Approved mental health professionals can come from various different professions and backgrounds, but ultimately you can always challenge what they write. If you don't agree that you should be detained, or you think that you're not as ill as they say they are, but all of these papers were redacted when I got them. I'm looking for advice on this. I have got a solicitor who I've mentioned it to briefly, but it's not his remit and it's not what he gets paid to do. He's helped me with the tribunal. So when I got put on section 3, unfortunately, which can last up to 6 months, they also redacted the papers. You can't see that quite as clearly there. Let me see if I can get the camera to recognise that. You can just see those a bit more clearly on there. So they've sort of stuck something white over the top of it and photocopied it, which isn't really very clear to me. I don't really understand that, why they've done that at all. No one's managed to give me any explanation except for data protection. Now, you can record your doctor. Obviously, your doctor's name and your doctor's address is not confidential in any way, shape or form. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but my section papers, all of the section papers were redacted. Again, you can see on this A8 form, it's not very clear. There should be a signature at the bottom of the form. This is really difficult for you to see. There should be a signature at the bottom of this form here, which is just kind of like a bunch of photocopy flavour stuff. Anyway, you can see there's a bit more there. Don't really like that very much at all. Anyway, those are my section papers, and they've been redacted. It's a secret. The AMPs have been kept a secret on my section papers, and nobody's been able to tell me why. I've asked Signet in Colchester, where I am now, if they can provide me with copies of my section papers. And I've asked them several times, and they've just kind of forgotten about it and not done it, and for some reason it hasn't happened. But if anyone can tell me, who knows more, because I've tried to Google it and I can't see where the law on section papers, I can see lots of examples of section papers, but I can't see where the law on section papers actually having the information on exists. So if anyone can tell me where that is, that'd be really useful. If anyone wants to come visit me or call me, then you can do that. The phone number, I'm not going to give out for this number because it's a temporary phone and everyone's going to get confused because I've already got 2 phones. But you can get me on instant message on Facebook, you can get me on a temporary Twitter account. I've left comments on my normal Twitter account. The Met Police have got my phone, so I should get this back pretty soon. But lots of love, and please tell me how section papers work, because I'm not a solicitor and I don't know. So thanks.